Yo, what's up, strategists? Welcome to the Bitcoin strategy because Bitcoin is the only strategy. In this video, I'll explain the inevitably unavoidable collapse of the crypto market, how its founders are making a last-ditch effort to save their quote-unquote ultrasound money coins, and how all paths lead to one, that is Bitcoins. Now, please note, Bitcoin is not crypto, and this video is not financial advice, and thank y'all for the support on the last video. It's very much appreciated. Now, let's get into it. Exhibit 1, Vitalik changes his mind for the 21st time. No, that title wasn't an exaggeration. Ethereum has actually undergone 20 hard forks all in the 10 years it has existed, whilst Bitcoin hasn't even undergone one. As we can see in this article here, this article is not that updated. It says 19. This is updated on the 27th of April of 2024, but they did another one last month. And we can also see here this is the list of all the hard forks Ethereum has gone through. Now that's about 2 hard forks every year, pretty much. The only problem with lots of hard forks like this, or any hard forks in general, is that it hurts backwards compatibility. If you were to fire up an Ethereum node, God forbid, from the ETH mining era, say 2019, you'd be met with dismay as you can't seem to get it synced with the network. That may seem fine, just update it, right? However, that defeats the very premise of what makes Bitcoin so great, that being, you can vote with your own node by keeping your Bitcoin node a version 2, 3, 20 versions behind. You can protest any new changes in the Bitcoin code, like the op return changes the core devs seem so adamant on pushing. Now with hard forks, you can't do that. You're forced to adopt the new changes. Now, in Vitalik's latest null and void brainstorming session, he finally realized that with his ETH-infused brain that Bitcoin is a superior asset and has capitulated. As we can see here, he released a tweet saying simplifying the L1, and what he really means by this is copying the Bitcoin protocol. Now, as he says in his blog post here, Ethereum aims to be the world's ledger. It's not going to happen, but let's continue. This requires two things, scalability and resilience. Their hard fork aims to increase the amount of data on the space available on the L2 by 10x. Now, one of the problems with Ethereum, one of the main problems it has is that their blockchain is big. It's like terabytes. I believe it's 20 terabytes, something along that. It's a pretty big blockchain, so not everyone can run it. Now, he also mentions down here one of the best things about Bitcoin is how simple the protocol is. Now, there is a chain which is made up of a series of blocks. This is how Bitcoin works. Each block is connected to the previous block via a hash. Each block's validity is verified by proof of work, which means checking the first few bytes of its hash and making sure they're zeros. Each block contains transactions. Transactions spend coins that were either created through the mining process or outputted by previous transactions, and that's pretty much it. He even notes that a smart high school student is capable of wrapping their heads around Bitcoin, and that is pretty true because as we see in El Salvador, they're teaching school kids how to use Bitcoin, how to send Bitcoin with Sparrow Wallet, and how to receive Bitcoin. And he also mentions a programmer is capable of writing a client as a hobby project, which is a very true thing because Bitcoin is very simple, unlike Ethereum that has scores and scores and scores of documentation you have to read through before you can even get that client working. Now down here, he mentions that some of the problems, the bad decisions that were made in Ethereum, problems like security risks and excessive development expenditure, all ties to him, so that's why Bitcoin doesn't have a founder. And he ends this section off with, this post will describe how Ethereum 5 years from now can become close to as simple as Bitcoin. Now, while it's great that Vitalik finally acknowledged the Bitcoin white paper and its simplicity, implementing a Bitcoin-like protocol on Ethereum just won't work because Ethereum will still be missing the first mover advantage. Bitcoin has way more time to develop and grow. He states that all these changes will take around 5 years to implement. By that time, Bitcoin's already taken off. Clarity, their past will haunt them. The complexity of the protocol will haunt them. All those NFTs and all that bad stuff attributed to the protocol will haunt them. A simple protocol to begin with, that's what they're missing because they're blockchain is really bloated and an absent founder. Many of the problems, as we read earlier in the article, many of the problems that exist on Ethereum is being that it has an active founder, which is Vitalik. Many times in this document, whenever Vitalik mentions major problems in Ethereum, he attributes it to his own bad decisions. Problems like protocol complexity, code complexity, bad protocol upgrades, security issues, and chain bloat. This is the very reason why Bitcoin doesn't have a founder and a rigorous system for implementing protocol upgrades through BIPs. Now, it's not too late to buy the real thing. Just saying. Now, let's look at Exhibit 2. Crooked Charles' latest heist. In Exhibit 2, we have Bitcoin OS, which is a fraudulent protocol built on top of Bitcoin and Cardano that moves secure main chain Bitcoin liquidity onto a fragile blockchain built on a glass foundation. This scam follows the same playbook of all the others that come before it. Number 1, develop a protocol. This is the scammer's cryptocurrency playbook. Number 2, market the protocol as being superior or an upgrade to Bitcoin. Number 3, attach a coin to it. Number 4, allocate a portion of it to insiders and crypto VCs. Number 5, launch a pre-sale and con thousands of retail investors. This is where they make all their money in the pre-sale. And number 6, they dump the coin. So that's why most cryptos go to zero pretty much a month after the issue. Now, this cycle happens over and over and over again, as we've seen with many cryptos out there. Now, what most of the crypto community don't realize is that you can do most of what these crypto founders are claiming and VCs. All of the stuff they boast about that their protocols can do better than Bitcoin, you can do on the Lightning Network. Also, how would they even get Bitcoin OS to work? I thought they said Bitcoin wasn't programmable. Exhibit 3, Tether equips its lightning rod, harvesting millions of dollars of liquidity on the Lightning Network and taking advantage of its minuscule fees, transactional time, and transactions per second. The Lightning Network is very fast. Now, recently, Tether, the largest stablecoin issuer, announced that they were going to bring over their coin onto the Lightning Network. Let's check that out over here. Right here, it's headline, Tether brings USDT to Bitcoin's Lightning Network, ushering in a new era of unstoppable technology. If we read the actual passage, it says Tether announced the integration of USDT into the Bitcoin ecosystem, including both its base layer and the Lightning Network. So USDT will be on the main chain and the Lightning Network. And this is supported by a Taproot protocol, Taproot Assets, that's developed by Lightning Labs. And they also announced that they would deploy hash rate on the most sovereign mining pool in the space, which is Ocean, as we can see in this next article. Tether to deploy hash rate on Ocean, advancing decentralized Bitcoin mining infrastructure. This one states, Tether announced today that its intention to deploy both existing and future hash rate on Ocean, which is a mining pool launched by a long-term Bitcoin core developer, Luke Dasher. Now, about Ocean, I've recently published a video on why it's a great thing for institutions and us plebs alike to mine on Ocean, which the link will be in the description. Now, in short, great time to be in Bitcoin, bad time to be in crypto. As more and more institutional players enter the market, the more there will be a divergence between Bitcoin and crypto, as we're already seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's because institutions and baby boomers alike understand what Bitcoin is and understand Ethereum's shortcomings, or don't understand Ethereum at all. But hey, it's never too late to get on the winning team, so get Bitcoin. Now, if you enjoyed this content, feel free to like, comment, or even subscribe. It's very much appreciated. As always, stay orange pilling, stack sats, and have a great rest of your day.